Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another videos of the paid request. This time for Bronson. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, PayPal is usually the best bet, or join my Patreon. Both links are down in the info box, either over there or over there, if you wish to. I won't be showing the video because YouTube is so hypocritical with their copyright that one person can use it and be fine, but if another person uses it 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months later, they get blocked or worse. So I have the link to the video in that info box, and if you're on your computer, you can open up in a new tab, new window, follow along with me, and feel free if you wish to do that. Thank you once again, Bronson. This is Tobey Maguire reacts to Bully Maguire. I don't know if this is the meme or the actual scenes, so let's look into it. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. So Spider-Man 3, which sucks. I think sucks. Okay, it's just showing footage. Don't put some dirt in your eye. Which I'm so tired of hearing that expression. Okay, so this is, I guess, from the commentary of Spider-Man 3. Bringing some jazz to his character in such a stupid, dumb, campy notion. So Sam Raimi, and he says more Ivan Raimi wrote that. Oh my god. And then Topher Grace is kissing its ass because he probably wants to work with Sam Raimi again. Hey, maybe they generally feel that way. If so, to each their own, but pretty much it's a commentary track with Sam, who's barely saying anything. He's probably, because if you've heard about the turmoil, Sam did not want Venom to be in this movie. He wanted to be Sandman. I think Vulture is the villain he wanted as well. But pretty much the studio was pushing him to do something else. It's one of the many reasons why there was Spider-Man 4. It's not the only reason. There were other factors as well. And then the mixed reaction this film got, I would say lukewarm by most. But I know there's a lot of people who like this film. I think Spider-Man 3 has always sucked. So the montage was Sam put in late in the game. A lot of things we want to communicate. Sam and Ivan in the writing department. Combine them into a montage. The whipped lame place he was in. So stupid and dumb and goofy and ridiculous and an angry, dorky rock star. That's what people wanted from Peter Parker. And Kirsten Dunst is, of course, laughing about all this. And there's James Franco, so everybody's there. Deed Flare, oh my god. Sam kept saying you had to bring the cool down. There was no cool. You know what, there's like... This is so infuriating. I mean, I did it on the commentary for this kind of movie. They're not going to be crap on the film. Maybe they genuinely like all this. To each their own. I know there are people who do, but for a guy that knew a bit about the comics, not an expert, far, far from it, but I knew enough of it, even in the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, just how much you could get out of all of that in terms of character, story, emotion, all of it left on the table to be a goof troop comedy act, which is absolutely ridiculous. And people are like, oh, they love this meme, and they love Bully Maguire. This just gave me a headache, really. That's what it did, just gave me a headache. And I get it. People like different things. People are into different things. But for me, again, I looked at this and I go, this just annoys the piss out of me. I know I'm not even going into clear motivations and why I say that. I looked at the Spider-Man, even the cartoon. Let's take the comics out of it. Let's just take the cartoon, that a 90s Spider-Man cartoon, to give more thought and depth into the character Spider-Man than a damn movie does on that front. Where, oh, he's got this power, this symbiote, and wow, I could give him these different clothes and do these different things, but then he feels a sense of power, he feels a sense of strength, he feels a sense that he could do anything. Then he sees how it's corrupting him. And then he uses that because he loves the rage and loves the anger and loves the darkness and loves what it could accomplish, and realizes just how dangerous that can be. I need to get this. And so it makes it more of a threat, more of a menace, which is what Venom should be. But here it's taken as a joke. Okay, it gives him, as people say, the fake impression of being cool. How does that make Venom the symbiote a threat? How does it make him a threat? How does it make him anything other than a damn joke? Oh, one point he pushed Kirsten Dunst. Oh my god! After doing a dance number and stupid goof troop moves. And that's the thing, like, the movie wants to go on this schizo of, this is the guy who really killed my Uncle Ben, I'm really mad and pissed off. Then let's go a total 180 to him doing stuff like this. And then, oh my god, my friend is in a coma. But then, like, all this other crap. It's like, well, which do you want to be? And to me, it was not good storytelling. It wasn't good character development. I know these. That's one of the reasons why Sam Raimi Spider-Man films, I could watch Spider-Man 2 because of the portrayal of Doc Ock. Alfred Molina did a great job. Some of the action scenes. But I don't love the film like other people do. And Spider-Man 1 I don't think hold up nearly as well as back then. As Spider-Man 3 I always thought was overlong. Too many cooks in the kitchen. And people don't get pissed at me. I'll say this. I don't give a fuck. Well, I guess I do, otherwise I wouldn't have said it. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, I would rather watch than Spider-Man 1 or 3. While Spider-Man 1, I think, doesn't hold up as much, I think Amazing Spider-Man 2, while it does have its flaws, like Spider-Man 3 of having too many cooks in the kitchen, I think portrays Spider-Man himself a lot better. And that goes a long way for me. I think Andrew Garfield, the way he portrayed Spider-Man in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and portrayed Peter Parker, I think his portrayal in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, when I watched that a few years ago, I go, this is the best live-action portrayal of Spider-Man I've seen. I know that's a wild take, but I don't think it's the best Spider-Man movie. I think Into the Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man movie we've had. And I think the cartoons, the 90s cartoon, the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon, even the MTV Spider-Man, has been the best interpretation of Spidey. Animated-wise, seems to work better for Spider-Man. But film-wise, like live-action-wise, Amazing Spider-Man 2, like I said, too many tricks in the kitchen. They try to go for like Amazing Spider-Man 3, 4, 5, 6 when you had to concentrate on the first one. I didn't need the spider web turned to an actual fingers. You know, there is stuff I have issues with. But that film, I think the action scenes are the best I've seen in a live-action Spider-Man movie. I think Andrew Garfield's portrayal. I think his chemistry with Gwen Stacy. the musical score really drew on me. And again, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, I think, has a lot more merit than people give it credit. And I didn't give it credit either. So, if people mention what's a movie you used to hate but grew on you, Amazing Spider-Man 2. I say I'd rather talk about that than the piece of shit Spider-Man 3, which I've always thought was a piece of shit. I still think it's a piece of shit. And people, hey, people, I don't get how you like Amazing Spider-Man 2. Fine. Same way I don't get how you don't like Spider-Man 3. So we're all in the same ballpark. If you don't like that film, then I can like the other film. There you go. Spider-Man 3, I think, Topher Grace sucks. I think the way Venom's portrayed sucks. I think he's a scrawny pissant. I like the Sandman in it. I like Thomas Hayden Church. James Franco's character getting amnesia. My friends did the best. The Butler came out of nowhere like a Randy Orton RKO. It's overlawn. I thought it was rather boring. The action scenes I thought rather sucked. So maybe some of the Sandman stuff. I do not like To Be or Not to Be Maguire. To Be or Not to Be Maguire. He cries too damn much in those movies. And Kirsten Dunst I thought was so irritating in Spider-Man 3. Why you tell me you love me? How will you tell me you love me? That's the way she acts. So needy and controlling. Might as well have a collar and a leash on Peter Parker. And again, how do you interpret a guy whose psyche is being spread thin by this other force, this other entity that is rather dangerous, especially at first? Oh, the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon did that way better. It didn't seem like a parody and a goof and a joke. So, yeah, they're watching the film. They're not going to trash the film. Maybe they sincerely like it, teach their own. I don't agree with them. I think it's a bottle of piss. I think Tobey Maguire's a bottle of piss as Spider-Man. I think he sucks as Spider-Man. I always thought he sucked as Spider-Man. He definitely sucks as Peter Parker. I could probably manage him as Peter Parker, to be fair, and some elements of Spider-Man 1 and 2, but it just, the more campier aspects, and that's Sam Raimi's fault, too. A lot of it is his fault. I'm not big on, because I don't watch Spider-Man for campiness. I don't watch Spider-Man. I didn't read Spider-Man comics. I can't even talk right. I didn't read Spider-Man comic books I got over here because I thought they were campy. I guess Sam Raimi, he did. And those films are campy. Campy as hell. And looking for a guy that I could be entertained by some camp. Superman 3 is campy. But I think that's fun. And Christopher Reeve is endearing and sincere in his performance as Superman. And I love the goofy stuff. Richard Pryor, he's goofy, but it's Richard Pryor. And Richard Pryor is Richard Pryor, and he's the man. So, him being goofy, I'm entertained. Tobey Maguire being goofy, fall off a cliff right here. I always thought To Be or Not to Be Maguire sucked. If I'm being fair, oh, you're not being fair. Pleasantville, I can deal with him. He gave a decent performance in Brothers. But I do not like him as Spider-Man. Not at all. And his trilogy, I don't think is that great. Spider-Man 2 is watchable. Spider-Man 3, absolute garbage, in my opinion. So, I know I already pissed off a lot of people. Fuck it. See you guys later.